Good morning, everybody. It is a nice 7:20 in the morning today. Absolutely gorgeous outside. It's like 65. Perfect for riding. Ride my bike to work this morning. I think on this ride I'm gonna just kind of briefly discuss what this channel is going to be about. So this channel is going to be mostly for car content slash obviously some bike content. While I got this bike right here, this is my 2024 ZX6R. It's got about 2,700 miles on it. Got a good amount of mods on it, nothing too crazy. The one thing I do have as a mod that I do not like is this cage. See this cage right here? I don't know if it could, but it sticks out real far, much farther than it. Whoa. It sticks out much farther than the original one did, the original cage that this bike came with. But the person I bought this from, because I bought this secondhand, bought this as a stunt bike. So they ended up swapping the frame out. I hate it. I hate the stupid stunt frame. Stunt frame sucks. Does not help for twisties, because that's what I want to hold on to with my knees. So it ends up getting in my way. I end up holding on to that slippery metal frame instead of my actual grippy doos right here. I would have put them lower because it's where my knees are, but it's the only one that makes sense to put up here. So I can't really grab the tank with my knees, which kind of sucks. But yeah. But back to the original topic we're on, the channel. A lot of my buddies call me Mel. That's why I chose Mel Motorsports as the name. And I was going to do Mel something about motorcycles, whatever, but this is going to be very much heavily a car channel on top of being for motorcycles. I've already talked about my bike a little bit. I've got some minor mods to it, nothing really too crazy, but my car, on the other hand, that's a whole other story. That car is more modded than stock. First I bought it in, I think, 2018. It's a 2008 E92, so that's the coupe, 3-door, 2-door, 335i with the N54 motor in it. It's got the sport package, it's got the, it doesn't have comfort access, it's got the sunroof, and it does not have the iDrive, which is a big thing for me because I hate that thing. Very outdated, and a lot of the modern heads-up units you can put up there look way nicer. They're they're faster, you can do more stuff with them, so that's why I chose that. I dyed all my interior black. I got the Alcantara headliner. Down on that video when I get to it of the car. But right now, so that's the interior. The exterior has an M2 comp custom front bumper, so it's an E92 M3 bumper for the 335i that's been modified and split and plastic welded with an M2 front bumper, an M2 comp front bumper to fit the 335i. So very uncommon to see it on cars. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it on another car in person personally. M3 bumpers, yeah, okay. M Sport front bumpers, yeah, I got that. The M-Tech, all that stuff is pretty common. I wanted to do something that looked a little bit unique, so that's what I ended up going with. But like I said, I won't go over the nitty-gritty on the breakdown for the car. I'll save that for its own video, but basically I had a twin turbo setup on that thing, making probably like 650, tuned Doc Vu on 85, all that good stuff, spanking M3s and C63S AMGs and all that stuff. Subi guys weren't even worth the gas at that point, but I have had reliability issues with that car like none other. Once I started making like 600, 650, I was just leaking fluids like crazy. I was leaking oil at first. I did like every gasket you can think of, the oil filter housing gasket, I did the oil pan, I did the valve covers, I did everything except for the head gasket, and that wasn't leaking. But that wasn't even the main problem. The main problem was the coolant leaks. Oh my god. I could not keep coolant in that motherfucker for the life of me. That thing leaked coolant like a stuck pig. That's the main reason it was down, because it would almost it would not even almost never. It would never hold coolant. It was consistently leaking. Either from a gasket or from a line that cracked. Just complete shit show. To the point where I actually pulled the motor out of the car to clean all the oil and shit, because it was in all the coolant leaks and all that shit. Me and my buddy Cody pulled the engine from the car to clean it. We pulled the engine to clean the car. That's how bad it was and how many issues we were having. We're like, you know what, let's pull the engine out, let's give it a good look over, wash it down real good, take all the sensors out, get a good look at everything, maybe we can figure out a way to get this thing to be reliable and everything. Meanwhile, he's in the midst of doing a single turbo 6-liter iron block LS swap. He was still building the motor at that point and all that stuff. In the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? Worst case scenario, I can't fucking get this thing figured out. That's what I'll do. I'd like to not have to do that, obviously, because that's a lot of money I didn't really want to spend. But yeah, so we put the motor back in, all that stuff, fill the fluids out, fires right up. I'm like, sick. It's running good now. It wasn't really running 100% before, but now it's running really good. Gotta get over. But guess what? Still leaks coolant. Still leaks coolant. At this point, by that point, I've been out of the car for like I think 3 years. I hadn't actually driven it consistently for 3 years because it was always having issues. And so, yeah, about not even 6 months, 4 months ago, I made the executive decision that I was going to LS swap it. But I'm not just LS swapping it, I'm LS3 swapping it. And I'm not just LS3 swapping it, I'm building it. So, for the past not even 4, past like 2 months, because it hasn't been that hard. The past 4 months I had decided to do that, right? But it took about a month to sell all the parts off for the M54 after we pulled the motor. It took about a month to get all the parts sold and whatnot. Bought all the stuff, so now in my garage I have, not my garage, so we just finished building the bottom end. Have a truck, cool. We just finished building the LS3, so we put a whole lot of stuff in this thing. We took it all the way down to the block, we got it hot tanked, we got it line honed, all the main bearings. I got LS7 lifters, I mean, pretty much everything but the pistons and the piston rings have been touched in the bottom end and the top end. This dude better not hit me. Yeah, so we did, and the valves, all left OEM valves, but we did grind them down to seat them a little better, obviously. But I got new springs, I got new rocker trunnions, I got new lifter trays, we got all new hardware, got new new oil pump, got the new swap oil pan, the baffled oil pan, I got the new double prong pickup tube for the oil sump, all types of stuff. When I do the detailed breakdown, I'll list everything and the prices and all that stuff and how much I've spent. And then the full swap kit with the AC lines and whatnot from LS9X. This has been in the works for like 4 months total. I probably haven't really been working on the engine for more than maybe 2 months, but yeah, so that's what we've been working on. That's something that you can look forward to if you stick around and subscribe to the channel. You're going to see us finish the build. I have been trying to figure out my audio setup for the biking cameras and whatnot because I don't want to slow down progress on the build on the engine and stuff, because that's not really a whole fun process to record, being there's some cinematics I could record of that, but for the most part it's my first time. There's a lot of, hey, let's build it today. We get like 2 hours in the day and we realize we need to order 3 or 4 more things that I don't have. That's happened I think twice or 3 times now at this point, so recording would kind of be a moot point, I think. Whereas stuff like this is much easier for me to slip into my day, just talking to you on my way to work. Kind of breaking stuff down a little bit. If you like this form of content, I know it's not very original, but it's real easy for me to make. Very easy for me to keep you semi-entertained, I suppose, and talk to me instead of just sitting in front of a camera, because I cannot stand through those videos, and I'm not going to put those stupid Minecraft, like, brain rot background shit in my videos. I'm just not going to do that. That's stupid. I'm not here to make brain rot. I'm here to make entertaining content. But yeah, that's one of the things you can look forward to on the channel in the upcoming weeks and months once I get the rest of the parts in, like I said. some of the parts I expected to keep, but ended up needing to replace it. Like the what's that called? I needed a new windage tray. That's what it was. I needed a new windage tray, so I had to buy one of those. Wait for that. And guess what? Your boy forgot to buy. Your boy got all the hardware from ARP. I got I got all the rod bolts. I got all the front and rear timing cup, front and rear covers. I got all that shit, all ARP hardware. I got the intake manifold bolts. I got everything. Guess what your boy forgot? Your boy forgot the ARP head studs, bro. How do you forget the ARP head studs? That's like the most iconic thing. Like, did you build the motor? No, I just did head studs. That's the only thing I didn't buy. And that motherfucker was like $300. I did not expect them to be that much, but I mean, I can't complain because everyone knows the ARP. Everyone knows the quality. Everyone knows the strength that they got. So, not really a difficult choice to say what kind of head studs am I going to run on my LS3. And if you're thinking, oh, you should boost it, it's a LS3, alright? I can't make more than 800 without risking cracking the block. And the point of this build is to get me driving the car since it's been so long. That I am not risking the money that I've spent to this swap with the brand new T56 that I put in it. Brand new from Tremec. Brand new Tremec T56 transmission is going in it. I'm not going to risk it just to spend another $7,000 or $8,000 on like a whole supercharger setup, or spending another like $4,000, maybe $3,000-ish for a turbo setup, because that's a whole lot of oiling and I don't really want to deal with turbo problems, just to make another 150, 200 horsepower. But you know there's another way that you can make another 150, 200 horsepower. I mean, if you know, you know. I'm gonna just leave it at that, I think. I don't plan on boosting it as of now. I mean, that would sound sick, especially the supercharger. That's what I was looking towards first. When I was during the build, I was like, man, maybe do my tax return, I'll spend some money and get supercharger, an ECS Navi 1500 supercharger, and then I was just like, you know what, for what I want to do, there's a better option, I think. So, yeah, I'm not very difficult to guess what I'm leaning towards, but that's what I'm going to do. I have a stage 3 TSP cam. I got upgraded trunnions, no needle bearings. Upgraded my RPMs a little bit. I got the Haltech, not the Holly. I decided to do the Haltech. I know Mike over at LRC9X, he said he's going to go. He said that he was in the midst of making a Haltech to can adapter for the E92. So whenever he finishes up with that, I'll be able to have my tachometer. But that's pretty much it. Like, it'll probably be $250, just like the Holly to can adapter is. But the only thing I'm really gonna get, I mean, it's not the only thing, but the main thing I'm gonna get from that is my RPMs. But I mean, I've been in the cars for like the past 7, 8 years, so like I could tell you what RPMs I'm at just by the sound of it, especially once I get used to the car and I'm like, alright, I read mine's at 8,000, I can listen to see what 8,000 sounds like, and then I'm good. I'll be able to tell you when I'm near 8,000, like, now. Like, This is ridiculous. What is this? All this fucking stop and go is gonna get me hit from behind. All these jackasses don't know how to drive. All these people in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Like, bruh. I'm on a bike. I go when I want to. I will make it over. I'm not concerned about that. Yeah, a whole lot of fun stuff coming, guys. If you stick along, it's gonna be worth it because this shit's gonna be fire. It's so funny because I've been working on this for like months, and at the same time I've been working on it, so has Wyatt. And I'm sure that you have already seen his video by now. If you're seeing this one, you've already seen his, obviously, because I mean, he did the same thing minus the, I don't think he did the, I know he did do the T56. Yeah, he did the T56 as well, I believe. But, yeah, he did the same thing. But, yeah, it's just funny because he said that, I saw that video yesterday or whatever. As of recording this, I saw this yesterday. I was like, damn. I know why there's no Stephen Green and all that stuff. But I mean, LS3 swapping it and doing exactly what I'm gonna do? Like, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I already have the parts ordered, so it's not like I'm copying them or nothing, but I'm not gonna not make the video just because he made it. I'm gonna do a little differently, but I don't think I'm going to show too much of the build, though, kind of like how he did it, where he just kind of shows up the afterwards. I kind of like the what is done part, but my story is a little bit different than his, though, obviously. Man, we need to get these gas prices down, guys. It's getting towards election time. You can see the fucking gas prices are starting to peak under $2, under $3 now. Man, I wish it was like that the whole time he was in. This president was in, man. I'm not really gonna talk a whole lot about politics on this channel, I don't think, but man, these last 4 years have been fucking rough. Between gas prices and food prices and house prices, and not only just the prices being more, but the money, like, just in general goes like not as far. Like, that shit, man, it's been rough. I had a good amount of savings, man, like a good amount of savings, and now not so much. It's been rough. But hey, everyone's going through it, so we'll see what happens this November. Hopefully, everyone makes a good decision, makes a well-educated decision. Is the biggest thing. Is, man, just fucking going off the sheeple mindset of fucking just listening to media, no matter what side of the fence you're on. At least, please be fucking like knowledgeable in your subject, like. You can't just see shit on Twitter or X or on YouTube or on CNN and just be like, or Fox News even, be like, that's the truth. Do some research your own, please. Because if you're just going off of what people tell you, then I mean, like, you don't even, your vote doesn't even count, because you're not even voting for yourself. You're voting for someone else's mindset. Like, and that's illegal. Like, you can't pay someone to vote for a certain way. But, I mean, it's pretty much what you're doing. You're just doing it by proxy of spending money on information and disinformation campaigns to convince people to vote for your side. That's, like, pretty much the same thing. It's obviously an extra step in there. But, I don't know. I'm going to just leave it at that. Just rambling at this point. Everyone makes a well-informed decision. All anyone could ever ask. On another note, this weekend, so I'm military, they do the different levels of courses, right? They do the level 1 course, which is basic riders, so you can get your license, right? Then they do a level 2 course, which is called the advanced course. It was called the sport bike course originally, but they changed that because they now allow more than just sport bikes there for the advanced course. And over on the West Coast in Cali, they have what's called the level 3 course, which is called the Moto Course Riders course or something like that. It's like the Course Riders course, whatever, something like that. It's more of a track course. Like that one over in Cali is like taught on a track by professional or ex-professional racers. And that's like more of a West Coast thing because they have the tracks and or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But this weekend, I am going to be at as far as my knowledge, is one of the only and probably one of the first level 3 courses done on the East Coast. Because I've never heard of anyone, as far as I'm concerned, that even attended one on the East Coast, because they don't hold them here. They don't hold this course over here because there's no tracks nearby that they use for that and whatnot. So I believe this one's going to be done in just a large parking lot with cones. But still, I am very excited for this weekend. I'm going to get taught, I think it's from 7:30 to like 5 or some shit, so it's like a long time. It's like a pretty decent long course. Like, it's not a short course. It's not like 2 hours, 3 hours, and like, alright, just do some braking and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's like a proper full day, like, 8-hour course. Like, you gotta bring lunch and breakfast and stuff. And this is a sport bike only course. This is not a bagger course. This is a sport bike course. That's what I understand it as, at least. And then from the online training you gotta do beforehand, where they talk about braking and swerving and like sign this away so you don't sue us if you get hurt, or if you're fucking like endangering other riders, we can kick you out. Like all the good legal stuff that they gotta do. But as far as I'm aware of, from my research, the two wheels up course, or that's what's called the Champions course. The motorcycle Champions course that they hold around the country. That shit's like $5 grand a weekend. I do not have $5 grand to drop on just learning how to ride better. I mean, I would absolutely love to go to that course. I would kill to go to that course. That looks like so much fun. And like, I am in training right now. Like, I am an instructor, so training is like my whole life right now. To be able to learn from a professional rider on how to ride more like safely and how to properly take turns and whatnot, that would be amazing. Oh my god, why are we stopping so hard? What the fuck is this? Alright, well I guess we're going shortcut way, and biker gang. I'm taking the shortcut. Obviously not faster than speed limit though, right guys? Speed limit only. I also gotta get this bike tuned. Because the throttle response is like either open or closed and there's no smooth roll on. It's like really bizarre. It's like when you're riding it, you have to be aware of like, if you're going on a turn and you're trying to initiate a smooth throttle on, like roll into a throttle nice and smoothly, you gotta be like super careful because like, I don't know if I can pick it up, but like, no, it's not doing it. There's no real way to smoothly apply throttle on this one. I think I need to get a new throttle, more progressive throttle tube. I think that would help out a lot. But yeah, I'd like to get Mike Moore to tune it, street tune it probably. I would prefer to get a dyno tuned obviously, but maybe another day. I'm thinking about just selling this bike honestly and getting a 2025 model. Not because this bike has any problems, but only because of the stupid fucking cage, man. I'm not rebuilding a whole bike around the fucking cage. Like, where would I get an OEM cage from? And then all the legal shit behind it with the VIN, like, I'm not dealing with that shit. I'd rather just sell it and get a new one. Or another pre-owned one, because I'm the second owner for this one. Yeah, we gotta get this baby tuned. I got my buddy making a link pipe because he has a welder and shit, and he makes exhaust and whatnot. So I don't even gotta pay for that. I mean, I paid him for gas, but that's pretty much it. I don't gotta pay for. I paid for materials. I pay for gas, but I don't pay him for labor because that's my boy, and kind of make it fair trade. He gets more projects to work on, and I get free labor. No, I'm just playing. We get him like lunch and dinner and stuff. He is fairly compensated. Yeah. Hopefully the audio came out a lot better this time because I've been having issues with audio recently, man. I have not been able to get the audio to come out right. It's been distorted and shit. The last video, I couldn't even upload it with the audio. I clipped that video so short from how much content I had recorded. because the audio was just absolutely horrible. Like the one before, like it was clipping really, really bad, but I mean it was kind of usable. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I recorded it. Either people watch it or don't. It's not really gonna bother me too much, but that last one, nah. I mean, that shit was like it was the opposite because I compensated too much for it, to where like there was like clips of when my mic would cut in where the gain was so fucking low that I couldn't even hear shit. Like you couldn't even hear the wind noise or the bike, like let alone my voice. So I just had to cut it and make it more of a cinematic style. More, that was the one I'm talking about right now is the morning ride one. The morning ride one was the one that had the very low audio. And of course I'm gonna be late because of this fucking traffic, but that's great. And I'm on my bike, so I'm not making a phone call or nothing, so. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll let y'all continue with your lives. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see some more stuff like this, let me know. I know it's more of a me riding and rambling content style form video, but I mean I'm still real new to this, so I'm sure as I get more practice, I'll get better at this kind of stuff, and I won't make any. I don't know if this was boring or if this was entertaining to watch at all, but it's just my commute to work and whatnot. So I'll talk to you all next time.